Hi, welcome to another edition of Black or White. And I hope you've enjoyed the conversation so far. And we appreciate all the comments, reactions that we've been getting. But keep it flowing because this promises to be another incisive edition of ideas and, of course, issues as we bring them forth. Now, all over the world, it's been said that if you bring 10 Africans and line them up in a lineup, it will be almost impossible not to identify a Nigerian. So on today's edition of Black or White, we're a bit in a conundrum. Is Nigeria exporting talent because we're global citizens, or is it because our country makes it hard to breathe? That'll be the conversation. As usual, it's a full house. I've got Amira. She's the lady in peach today, looking like peach flowers. And of course, Kule is very much in the house. Kule, it's great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
And then the man that wants to look like Nigerians in the abroad. He has the cap, he has the shirt, then the jeans and the trainers. Which part of the world did you visit in the last couple of days, Wale?
I don't know. Which of the accents should I bring? Anyway, thank you for having me. Anyway.
All right, gentlemen. Yes. So let's get into the conversation. Let me start with you, Amira. Is Nigeria exporting Nigerian talents as a result of the fact that we're global citizens all over the world? We're quote unquote recognized as the giant of Africa, the largest black nation on planet Earth, and all of that. And of course, we've got notable Nigerians doing fantastic things across the world in almost any sphere you can imagine. Or is it simply the fact that we're in a country that simply makes it hard to breathe?
So it is of no denial that it's hard to breathe.
Okay.
Not in the sense of being free, because Nigeria is a country that your freedom, you cannot compare your freedom here as to going to another person's home. It's just that the amenities are not available for you to enjoy the freedom you have. So when people are talking about Nigeria being everywhere, they forget that it's the population. Because I feel like most underdeveloped or developing countries, they try to go out to get like better lives. So maybe the reason why Nigerians are seen as more in other countries is because of we are more originally. And when we talk about education, innovation, and technology, I feel like if you're going to like statistically compare African countries, we actually have the best talents. So we have more people being qualified to be in certain places compared to other African countries. So I think that's the reason why it seemed as though Nigerians are everywhere, the population and the innovative mentality that we have, and we are hustlers originally. So
Okay. So do you agree we should wear the hustlers badge? How is it that we can thrive so well elsewhere, but within the Nigerian context, it's difficult to achieve the same result?
It's very simple. The simple reason is because we have refused to accept our situation as it is, as it were. And we always look out for greener pastures. It's like a tradition for us. However, the truth of the matter is we can actually excel in any situation, and it's been proven even here in Nigeria. There's so many things that's happened in Nigeria today that will not happen to any other people, and they will still survive, but we're still surviving. That doesn't mean that we should continue to slope down in our inefficiency and whatever it is that we're going through right now, but it means that we have an indomitable spirit that allows us to excel in any situation beyond any imaginable or reasoning. And that's what Nigerian means.
So sorry, why do we have to work 10 times harder in my why do I have to okay, I'm not saying that you don't hustle as much abroad, but why do I have to suffer 10 times when I know I can just go and clean an office or be a cleaner or a bartender and I'll make more? Why do I have
There's a
to?
saying that says I'd rather be a lion in the jungle than a dog in the city.
Please,
Do you
dog in the
understand?
city. As long as I'm living soft life, I don't think there's because
Nah.
the dog,
That's
the
not what-
lion, the lion in the village.
That's what some
Okay.
The
Nigerians
lion in the
feel.
village
Okay.
cannot carry as high shoulders as the dog in the city.
Oh.
So
The
Wow.
dog in the city will come back to the jungle and
To the
get
jungle.
chewed, and get chewed by the lion in the jungle.
Okay.
wow.
Wale, you're like testing the waters. You know the way your head is going and going and going. But let me ask you, our best minds forced out, or is it that they are simply smart enough to live?
Sincerely, my mind was roaming because I was thinking of where I want to build my conversation from. Should I start from the animal farm of the dog and the lion in the jungle and in the city? Or I should follow Amira's
Amira.
concepts of,
Soft life.
let's look at what the African society produces for us, first of all, and who you are as a Nigerian. As an African, but let me narrow it down to Nigeria, you are built into a competitive world. We try to outsmart, outshine ourselves. I want to score 90 in an exam. I want to know you scored 80. I want to be better than what I am. So now the Nigerian society now becomes small for us. We've overcome everything within. So when you see people go out, it's not because they can't thrive there. They've tried. They were thriving.
They survived.
They survived. They've overcome it. They've conquered the Nigerian space, and they will go out.
So they
still
wanted to conquer much.
It's an hunger for every African. You want to conquer more and more and more.
When you say every African, Nigerians seem to dominate the scene more. We're the loudest, we're the most colorful,
We are the most populous black nation in the world. So our population also is a factor you have to put into consideration. So when you see 20 Africans, you might see 10 of them to be Nigerians. So when you see 20 of them excelling, I see 10 Nigerians out of the 20. It does not mean other nations are not excelling. We are all excelling. Nigerians are just more because we are more in population.
but most other Africans feel intimidated.
They
Or
should.
the fact that Nigerians, I mean, and
Even
let's
even
borrow.
Nigeria feels intimidated
By another
by
Nigeria.
Nigeria. That's the competition I'm
Okay,
talking about.
so how do we
Guys.
explain this to our South African brothers and sisters, for instance, where every time the subject of xenophobic issues come up, the first thing you hear is there is these Nigerians. They are always coming. They are taking our job. They are taking our women.
When it comes to the women, I won't be able to answer that practically. But when it comes to the jobs, you see, the culture the South Africans have been able to be built into based on appetite for a very long time still affects them. But you know, for South Africa to overcome appetite, supported by a lot of African nations, Nigeria inclusive, is the spirit of competition I'm talking about. As he said, the spirit doesn't die. You cannot kill an African spirit. They will keep fighting. South Africa right now is evolving. To me, they are healing from appetite. It might take a while, but I tell you one truth. By the time South Africa heals from that, they are going to shine in the world. Like, they are playing FIFA World Cup. You see what Mamelodi Sundowns played. You wonder if they are really... They played like... They beat some European teams. So they are in that competitive level. They will fight for it. They want to dominate it. From the next ones that we're going to be having, you see how good African clubs will be. You see how good African musicians will be. You see how good African artists will be. You see African literature will be coming back to what it is and stuff like that. So Africans are not scared. They face it the way it is, and Nigerians practically. So if you ask the question about the fact that our export level in human resource, is it that they are smart enough or not? I feel the environment is choking them. They need to expand.
Okay.
At the time in Nigeria, states were giving some slogans or themes. So Ekiti State was called the Fountain of Knowledge. So I was telling someone, that's my state, that's where I'm from anyway, that if I have access to the governor, I will tell him straight, don't do any other thing, consolidate on education. Let everybody know that
So
education,
Ekiti State becomes the tourism's the hub for education.
in Nigeria, the best schools are going to be there. Then when you build those schools, the institutions around education does not mean the people that will work there are from Ekiti State. You've created a very conducive environment to attract people to come and work there. The world has built itself for Africans. So when you see a very good medical facility in the US, they don't have a good neurosurgeon. Then Nigerian has to go there. The football arena in the whole of Europe celebrates Africans from Didier Drogba, Samuel Eto'o, George Weah. Now we have our Victor Osimhen over there also. Nobody plays like them. But they have built it as a business. We are a people. The business is built based on us. Africans are the reason they build those businesses. So it will be disservice to the world if we limit ourselves to Africa. Let me tell you one truth. I don't want to sound a little bit bad for people that might have gone through it. Even when it came to fraud, we didn't start it. But when it was introduced to Africa,
we we took it to the next level.
do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's the African spirit.
Mira, does Nigeria stifle talent? Is there something that inhibits the Nigerian from succeeding in Nigeria?
Honestly, there's a lot. Do you
Wow.
understand? Like, you could start a business now, and there are so many factors trying to drop your business down. You have to have the heart of a lion, as he said.
The
Now you
lion
have
has
accepted
to
the
come to
lion.
city.
The
The
lion-
lion has to come to
Like,
the city.
I don't know. These factors can affect me. I have to keep going, and it's not easy because sometimes the funds you have to do that business cannot sustain you.
But do Nigerians travel abroad because they want to go and do business there? Because it's an environment they might not know. You know, a practical able person that lives in Nigeria to go and do business in Japan does not know how Japan functions.
Yeah.
So the business is still based on risk. The risk over there and risk
So
over here, they're
you
not the same.
understand. So there are different kinds of risks, right? There's risks in everything. Human created risks and natural economical risks are different. Nigeria is like human purposefully created risks. I don't know how to explain. Like now, there's a road. I'm going to transport my good from one place to the other, right? So there's risk that an accident could happen, or
Because
there's
of
a
the
risk that
condition of
maybe
the road.
the condition of my car, but a risk where there's a big ass pothole that could be fixed. I don't know if you get what I'm
But
trying
it's
to say.
deliberately not fixed.
It's deliberately not fixed because somebody is pocketing the money. Do
But
you know how
Nigeria-
annoying it is?
Nigeria has overcome that kind of thing. You see, the fact is this: we know the portal exists, and we have created a way of transporting our goods from the farm to the
Yeah.
cities, even with the portal that exists. That's the Nigerian spirit I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is this: instead of
So
saying
what
10
I'm
times
trying
harder,
to say, no,
10
no,
times
no,
harder,
I
the
don't
10 times
agree.
harder in Nigeria, which is the portal you're saying,
Yeah.
is our normal lifestyle.
So that's what you're trying. They have
What-
life.
you
You're
know-
trying to tell me that it's okay. No, it's not okay.
You can
Till
tell me
now.
it's softer over there based on road, but emotions, no family, nobody to cry to.
No, forget.
Why would you forget
Please,
the essence
I
of
don't
You
know
see-
what's
see,
the
I
thing.
think-
Hold on, please. I need to land.
I
Allow me.
think one of the let me tell you something.
Please allow me.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is that Nigerians are very hardworking. If I can go to a place, I go to Turkey. I
Yeah.
sell because they sell hot corn, and I don't have to stress. The only thing I have to be worried about is my
the
tax.
second in talking.
Beautiful corn. I've been to Turkey.
So we need to go.
The
to
only thing I need to hustle.
I was just about to say that. I think maybe our next edition should be in top.
Because you know
Let's
in
see.
all
No,
those
we'll be
places,
eating
not even Turkey, there are places that there are street vendors. There are places where okay you can sell your streets because in Turkey there are street food, and I'm sure obviously the government are giving them permits and all that. I don't know because I'm always seeing people running away with their corn, with coal and everything, right? Why don't you now create an avenue? Probably there is, but why is it that every single time we see what do they call those people? Tax force pursuing
Because
people.
those people are doing the business in the wrong places.
I understand. I'm not
Exactly.
saying it, but have you encouraged the right place?
First and foremost.
Have you encouraged?
First and
Hold on,
foremost.
sorry. Have you encouraged the right place? If I know I can go to
I
Turkey,
know
I
that
sell my corn.
What she's asking for, which I understand, is that the small and medium enterprises.
Enterprises,
If
yeah.
government could have a kind of palliative measure for them that is going to get directly to them and permit them to do things, so that things will be easier for them. But what I think happens most of the time is this. You see, for you to set up a business, no matter how small it is, instead of you waiting for government to give you permits, you go and ask for the permits. You see someone that will bring a bowl and put coal inside and start selling corn beside a bank. There's no time need to be allowed.
Yes, obviously.
So when they pursue you, the person will now come on social media and say, this is where I am, and this is where they pursue me from this place. I cannot survive, I cannot live. You were not surviving before.
You're
That
talking about
person-
payment. How many steps? We're talking about things, all these things like it's easy. It's not easy, honestly.
Okay.
It's,
Well,
it's not that easy.
it's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah. But we'll take a quick breather. When we come back, I would like to know that should we naturally shame people for packing up their bags and leaving to Turkey to be able to sell corn on the street? Or should we challenge a system that makes it difficult for people who just want to survive in a country like Nigeria? We'll be right back. Before we went on that break, I did say, should we criticize Nigerians who choose to leave Nigeria, go to, for instance, like Amira highlighted, go to a place like Turkey, for instance, to sell corn, sell walnuts? Or should we challenge a system that makes it difficult for them to actually do the same business here in Nigeria and thrive?
I wouldn't say you should shame anybody. Go ye into the world
and prosper.
So systems of the world needs people. Nigerians are very innovative. I would say we're not very good with inventions, but innovations. Don't just introduce us to it, and we could expand and explode and make it function as much as it could be. Migration has been part of humanity. People will move from one place to the other, so we can't cage ourselves also. We need to explore, we need to go to other places, we need to learn new things and bring it back and also build ourselves. So whoever sees anybody that is moving out of Nigeria, you don't know what you're doing, they know what they're doing. There's no way you're going to cage them. The other part of it is this: the government could try their best to create an enabling environment for people not to want to travel. I remember one time when the United Kingdom government came to Nigeria through different means and told our doctors and nurses to come and line up for them to get a job in UK from Nigeria. We had an exodus of over 200 or 300 doctors that left Nigeria. That's in like 4 months or 5 months. That's a lot for a country. Now, but it will bother you to know that no hospital in Nigeria lacks doctors. So that means we have more doctors than hospitals.
But what about the quality of doctors?
The quality of the doctors are always the same. The quality of the structures and system in place is what the problem is.
Yes.
The doctors know what to do, but they might tell you they need an X-ray machine we don't have. They might tell you light is not there. So these are the things that doctors have problems. So when you travel from Nigeria and you go to UK, they've learned medicine in Nigeria before they travel. They know how to do it, but the equipment they have now makes it easier for them, and that's what I think she was saying. Which I said I was trying to position. Nigeria is hard. Over there is easy. Not like Nigeria is 10 times harder. This is the SI unit of difficulty in Nigeria. Then from there, are you lesser in Nigeria based on hardness or based on how hard life could be? So that's my take.
Nigeria should be like the America of Africa. There should be underground tubes, all the modern amenities that Nigerians are looking for, and a functional system, I must emphasize. But do we have to have a Mandela to get to that point?
Okay, I think first and foremost, we have to always understand the difference between Nigeria and America. Every time people come around and they say, oh, in America it's like this. How old is America? America is over 200 years. And I tell you, Nigeria is just well over 60 years old. We have a situation. Nigerians have one of the biggest advantage of being a Nigerian is about our population. And one of the biggest challenge we have is also our population. Now, if we have a challenge that, okay, yes, I think we have too many people in this country, or I think we have good people in this country, those are two serious issues that we should look at. Now, when you begin to have when you have a country like Nigeria, all you need to understand is that, okay, how does every citizen take advantage of the advantage that is available for them, which is being a Nigerian? Do you understand? Now, maybe the government is not providing anything, like we said, or the government is not providing anything. However, how bad it is, do you understand? We still have opportunities here in Nigeria. I see a lot of people going out of Nigeria every day to go to Europe and America to try to jackpot and all of that. And I asked them, why would somebody in his right senses sell his property worth over 12, 13, 50 million naira to go abroad and start working menial jobs? It's crazy.
But how long will it take them to make that money back?
You can never make what you have lost back.
How?
I promise you. Let me tell you something.
Is how many $1,000? And how much is that?
It doesn't matter if you make $10 million a week in America. Trust me, you will spend more than $5 million a week.
Yes, I understand, but That's not how it
What
works. But
is-
how long will it take you to make that in Nigeria?
what
though?
you said, I
What
don't
is the
agree with.
sensibility?
I
with
don't
it?
agree. No.
What
no.
you said I don't agree with is
Exactly.
that whatever you've lost, you cannot make back.
No, you
People
can't.
sell their car and buy it back. People
No,
sell their house and buy it
no.
back.
When you
Hey,
sell your car,
Chidekeme.
when you sell your car and your house in Nigeria,
Nigeria.
and you go abroad, you will buy in credit.
You will
No,
build
you're not
there,
buying
but
in
you
cash.
will build a mansion in Nigeria.
No.
And when you are ready to retire, you come back.
Why would you build a mansion that you have already built and sold?
That's how
Again,
it's meant to
just
be.
to show something.
For you to grow.
You're not proving anything. Let me
Wow.
tell you something. The way forward.
that black?
Let me tell you something.
All white.
Let me tell you something.
I
The way
agree with
forward,
you.
the way forward for every Nigerian is to continue to look inwards and say, okay, where are the opportunities lying that I can take advantage of? Selling off your properties and jackpotting to abroad to say, okay, yes, Nigeria has always been a problem. I mean, the government has always been a problem, but we are the government as well. So we need to put our input. We cannot always begin to continue to say, okay, yes, we want to blame the government for all our exploits. I think there's a lot of misconception about this jackpot thing. A lot of people think when you go abroad, everything just changes.
there's
All
No, it
of a
doesn't
sudden.
change.
There's
Gold and
gold,
dollar
and you
all
don't
over.
understand.
Change. That's
And
why
then
the hustling
when
spirits come.
when you make money per hour, like they claim, like you make $10 per hour, $13 per hour, it accumulates to bigger money. But that bigger money is also a bigger responsibility you have to save.
No, sir, what
you
you're
have
not
to
understanding,
pay.
sir,
Let
what
me
you're
tell you
not
something. The
understanding,
tax
sorry,
and
is
the
that
revenue.
hustling spirit.
The
We want
only
something
thing-
that feeds.
And that is why Nigerians
hustle.
that is why Nigerians are doing they are doing drugs and all kinds of illegitimate
Okay.
Now,
work
how many people are
over
doing
there.
drugs?
Illegitimate
Is
work
it only
over there.
Nigerians?
There are a lot of Nigerians
because
doing
we are
it.
more when we
Okay.
call about
The
population.
only way you can become a
Okay.
millionaire
No,
abroad
no,
is
no.
when you get international jobs.
No.
And what I mean by international jobs, you get international
I
organization
disagree.
jobs.
Okay. At this point, I think we need to end this edition. There may be a sequel, but that will be determined by you. At this point, Wale is like, okay, let me just monitor the the climate between Amira and Kunle. But at the end of the day, what is important is that you tell us, would you rather sell all you have and go plan B? To be honest, I'm thinking about plan B. But again, what about the future of the next generation and the generation after that? If all of us pack our bags and leave, who's going to be here to get things to work? That just might be my parting words on this edition. Till the next edition, I am Kamian John. Bye for now.